I like to think in my head that there's some scab sitting there with like a fishing pole, like just just fish. His whole
Yeah.
job is Fence just pays him to sit there and pull shit out of a river.
Just sitting there next to he's just sitting, like on Woods, how there's that guy in the boat dead, the
Yep,
scab. Yeah,
yep.
it's just that
Or
guy.
down on the beach on a
Yeah.
shoreline, just sitting there watching the sunset, just fishing for like a slick.
Welcome back to ChknAtk, episode 8. I almost said 9. That would
It
have been a
is
week
8.
early.
That's okay. I almost posted everything saying that it was
Bro,
episode 7. So
bro, I thought it was 9, man. We in two different timelines here, but
yeah, we're
anyways.
all over the place.
It's definitely been a week. It's been a hot week, man. It's been
It
a
has
hot
been
week
really
here in
hot.
Washington. But
It's
what
brutal.
did you do anything other than play video games?
Yeah,
Did you actually
actually,
go out into the sun?
yeah, my buddy bought a house down south, like right by the Oregon border.
Oh
So he
yeah.
was like, "Hey, come help me. I got to do some demolition at the house. The previous owner had like a whole studio apartment framed in like a detached garage." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I don't want that anymore. So can you help me knock it out?" So went down there and knocked that out in like 93-degree heat, and then we
Oh,
went to the beach.
but at
So
the
I
same time,
mean,
that sounds like fun. But did that make
yeah.
you miss any of the Tarkov event?
No, not really. All the events are still going,
Yeah.
so
Are
didn't
they
really.
all going? Are they all going at the same time, or are they?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow, they just stack on top of each other? Because I remember they
yeah,
used to do, like, one, and then they would stop that one, and they would do another one.
yeah. Or they'll like slow it down a little bit or
Right,
something like that.
right,
Yeah,
right, right.
it's nuts. Um,
But so, wait, with what's the current one? Apparently, it's like if you have, like, a countdown thing, and you have to take a stim every couple of.
so okay, so when you say the current one, you mean like the one that is the most recent addition to them.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah,
How
so
about
the
you
whole
run down what all of them are currently?
okay, so it with started out with all the bosses on customs.
Okay.
Um Actually before that they did the Obladoblados, the Obladoblados stim, the really fancy one that Sanitar and his goons.
Obladoros?
I have no idea how to pronounce it. I just make
Bolderos?
yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
They they added it to where every physical stat on your PMC automatically gets elite for 8 minutes. And then at the end of the eight
Wow.
minutes, you have a 5% chance of just falling over dead.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so that's fun.
5%? That's actually significant.
Yeah, it's not nothing, that's for sure. But
Right.
so
It's
they did
actually
that for a little
significant.
bit, and if
That's like
Sanitar
once
and his
every 5
goons
raids.
use it, yeah, if they use it, it also gives them like crazy health regen. So
Oh
like
no.
they did it's a reuse of an event that they did a while ago, and my buddy,
Yeah.
the one raid he did 1,200 damage to Sanitar himself, and he still didn't die.
Ugh.
Like, but
Sanitar
yeah,
already has a fuck ton of health.
yeah, and that so after that they took all the bosses off all the other maps and put them only on customs, and they're all
Right.
spawning in their own like locations. Like Sherman was right on the embankment, like right across the river, um, which is a pain in the butt because they put the guy that has like crazy sniper AI in the spot with the longest sight lines. So like that was kind of dumb. But Killa and Tagilla were spawning in storage in Big Red. Sanitar
Wow.
was spawning in water filtration. Rashala is in dorms, and Gluhar is in fortress. So like
Now, do they have like 100% drop rate for like some of their best? Because I know like Killa there was
Mhm.
only a certain chance of him dropping his RPK. What was it? What was this gun? It had like the drum mag.
Yeah, the RPK with the drum mag and a
Yeah.
Golnick. Um,
So is like all of their drops significant? Because I know who was it that gave you a chance to get the Red Rebel and all that?
that's Sherman.
Yeah. So does he like always have Red Rebel and all that?
No, no, they still
Uh,
have their just regular boss spawn chance of like guns and armor and stuff, but
mm.
that's been really fun. That was just like utter chaos. It was really easy to get your like boss quests and stuff. Oh,
Get your
but
boss quest.
yeah, like the ones where you have to like kill the kill the specific bosses and stuff. So,
Uh,
because you know that they're gonna spawn 100% of the time.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
just getting those done was easy. And then they
The
did.
one, the one that I like, and I think they should keep this one, is have all the traders have barter items
Mm-hmm.
and just make the um money just useless, right?
Yeah, they did. They did that one. But it's not it's barter only for dog tags,
Yeah, I like that
which
though. That's
is
pretty
yeah, it's
cool.
really interesting. And then they did the airdrop one to where you can have like 12 airdrops a raid, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
just
yeah.
absolutely deafening. Um, and then the most recent one is the one that you're talking about the deadly toxin. So the
Right, right,
lore
right.
behind it is there are some PMCs and raiders that raided therapist's lab in the lab and stole
Right.
one of her deadly toxins that got released into the environment. So she hit up the UN and was like, "Yo, we need that antidote now." So now there's multiple airdrops at the same time. So there'll be like
Right.
3 airplanes in the air dropping shit, but there's only one item in the airdrop and it's one antidote.
One
So
antidote, right.
one
You have like
antidote.
a constant like tick down
Yeah, you have
clock
a
where you
seven
have
minute.
to,
It's like 7.5 minutes.
right.
That you have to find
And
an antidote and use it, and then
and
it just
it doesn't get rid of the effect, it just resets the
it
timer.
resets the timer.
That's cool. I like that.
So everyone's just like fighting over the airdrops and stuff, and some of the scavs and the bosses can spawn with them as well.
You're right.
So yeah,
Can
it's
you
just
find
trying to
them out
find.
in the world?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if they were only in the airdrops or you can
No,
actually find them
they're
and shit.
rare. The airdrop is the only like guaranteed way to get it.
Mm. But like I when I was listening to like some of these I was watching Clean and he was talking about some of these events and stuff like that, and he went over some of them that they did in the past, and it kind of made me think of some ideas that would kind of like improve
Hmm.
Tarkov. In my opinion, I think this would actually make Tarkov a lot better. Um, and it's in the cycle they do something similar to this where um because I've been playing a lot of the cycle. It's a
Hmm.
lot of fun, and right now they're doing Twitch drops, so I've been just watching um, random streams to get things. But they have
I
it
didn't know
where
that they were
you
doing
have,
drops.
yeah, yeah, they're doing so right now. It's only affiliates are able to, like, you have to watch affiliates to get drops,
Hmm.
and then they're alternating that. They're doing it like everyone, then they're doing like the big name streamers, and then they're doing affiliate, and then they're going back to everyone, and then they're going back to affiliate, and so on and so forth until like
Okay.
June or until July or something like that. But they have something in their game that I think would work pretty good for Tarkov, where you can insure your stuff, like it's just a standard insurance, right? Um, but when you die and you lose that stuff, all you're getting is money to replace the items that you lost. You're not
Yeah.
getting your items back. You can get these specific tokens that then you can use for an upgraded insurance, like a higher tier insurance, that then they can send out a team to go and find any of your lost loot. And I think that would kind of work in Tarkov because you already have like the different variations of insurance. Like you can go with therapist, I believe, which is it costs more, but you get it back sooner or something like that. Is that how
I
that works?
think mechanics the quickest one. But
Right.
yeah, some of them are like cheaper, but you wait longer for it, or
Right.
they have like a higher reliability chance of finding stuff.
Mm, okay. So, but yeah, I think something like that would work in Tarkov, where if you die, right, you shouldn't be able to just get your shit back, right? I feel like you should be able to just you get the money to replace whatever it is that you lost. You can buy it back, whatever.
But what about stuff
Um,
that's like found in raid only, like
like
slicks
what?
and like hex grids or like mutants,
I mean, it would just be able to pay you for that item. I don't know. Um,
like
but
what it's
then
worth?
you would right, but you can pay for like, but that would change it up because right now I feel like everyone just uses Prapper to to um to ensure
Yeah,
their thing to ensure, but this would actually create a reason to insure through other traders, right? So you'd be like, okay, I have a slick, right? So now I should insure it through mechanic because I know that he will have someone that goes through and it can retrieve it back, kind of
yeah,
thing.
and it might cost you a little bit more to pay for the
Right.
insurance to actually get the item back.
Yeah.
Whereas just normal stuff that you can buy off a vendor or something like that, you get money that'll
Right.
reimburse like 60% of the item or something.
Right.
That'd be
And
interesting.
yeah, I feel like that would actually really improve it because if you did something like that, you could also do something where the traders are only you only can get items to them through uh barter, kind of similar to the event,
Mhm.
and the money that you get would only be used for like insurance or buying ammo and stuff like that. Because you shouldn't be able to get your ammo back. I mean, if you have a gold nick, you lose a gold nick kind of thing. Because otherwise it would break the break
Yeah,
the economy and
that's
stuff like that.
yeah, getting ammo back is something that I thought would be interesting, but then like it would break a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Because I mean, you already get your magazines back, and if you're constantly just getting your 60
Mm.
rounder back with a Golnick or AP6 or something like that, then it ruins the whole thing of having to actually craft those items. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, I feel like something like that would hugely like benefit Tarkov because you are
that would add a little bit more variety. No, I don't know about variety,
because
but
like
it would
right now
add more different
no one's
options.
using it. Yeah, no one's using the other insurance. So I
But
felt like in the cycle, they do something like that, and I actually really like it because you can go in the cycle and go and just buy like they have like different tiers. Like they have like their common, uncommon, rare, epic, and then legendary, which is like a red item. But you can just go and buy a white like a common weapon and then put all common
mm,
like attachments on it, right? And then you can insure it and then you would just get the money so that you're able to go and buy that again. But the thing is, you can't just go and buy rare, epic and legendary items until you are a high enough level with um, the different factions. So you actually have to level up your factions to get higher tier loot, and then yeah, then you can able to
yeah,
buy those things.
yeah, that it one of the things too, like insurance in the cycle works a little bit differently, I feel.
Right.
Um Whereas in Tarkov, like if you get killed by a player, which 90% of the time that's how it's gonna be, uh,
Mhm.
and the maps are a lot smaller to where if you have something on you that is better than what they have, or if you have a high tier item that can't be purchased and is like found on in raid only on
Right.
bosses or something like that, that item's going to get taken if you're playing solo. Like
Right.
90% of the time that item's gone. So ensuring
Right.
that item if you play solo is almost a waste of money. But
Right.
if I insure like my entire kit whenever I play with anybody else. Then like if I die, they're gonna grab it, they're gonna stash it for me, throw it off the map or something like that, and I'll get it back.
Right. I mean, with Tarkov though, I feel like if you're running good shit, you're never gonna get your shit back. There's like almost no
Hmm.
point in really like
Yeah,
if
so
you have a slick, obviously someone's gonna backpack it, right? Or they're probably already wearing like if they're wearing a if they're like if you have like Killa armor on, right? That's gone. There's no way you're getting Killa armor back. So
100%.
so it kind of ruins the whole faction where like if say you insure your thing in Tarkov, like you insure your killer armor. If you are unable to um if you're unable to get your item back, then why not just give you money to replace the item that was lost? Or would that hurt the economy?
I think that would make that would make dying a little bit easier to swallow. Because yeah, if
Yeah,
someone's stealing your stuff, but you paid for insurance, we couldn't find it. You paid me to go find it. Here's 40% back of the fee.
right.
Like
But then
that
what would
might
you
be
well, that wouldn't be going towards buying another Killa armor
no,
because you can't buy Killa armor.
no, but it would
So you would have
help
to like
like
buy
it would often like maybe some ammo, like gun attachments, like food, like something else just to help you play a little bit longer, just like
right,
ease the pain of like losing that really good shit.
right.
Um I think I think there might be a place for that.
Well, here's the one thing that would actually kind of I think it might make people mad is it would completely negate insurance fraud. Because if you throw down something, right, that you insured and you're only getting money back, well, then that item's lost.
Yeah.
So it would actually give you a reason to be like, "Ah, shit, do I want to drop this item to pick up this? Like, is it worth it?" You know?
Yeah,
Because insurance fraud is kind of bullshit in the
but
game
what if
anyways.
but one of the systems you were talking about as well is that if they're not able to find the item,
Mhm.
that you get paid a little bit out on your insurance costs. So
Right.
like if you do fraud it and no one loots it, you would get that item back presumably, right?
Well, you would get the money back unless like if the other thing that I was talking about was you paid more money to have them go and search for it.
Okay, so you could choose to go and search for it. If they
Right.
don't find it, they give you a percentage, or you pay
Right.
for the just give me a higher percentage cash value.
Correct. Or
Okay.
if they don't find the item, right? If they don't find the item, they just give you a um higher thing for it.
Yeah,
A higher percentage.
that'd be interesting. Like
But
I,
yeah,
I see
it
like
would
three different
change
options there though.
yeah,
Like,
it would change the dynamic of insurance fraud. Because right
hmm
now as it is, if you drop like if you have a armored rig and someone has a slick and you want to put on the slick because the armored rig's fucked, you just drop it and then you just get it back, right?
oh yeah, I there's so
So
many spots on the maps that you can throw stuff off the map. You can put it in
right,
water. You can get it out of reach of someone.
right. If
And then if you're
here's the
nowhere
thing,
near that, you just throw it in a rock.
if you throw it in water and shit like that, should you be able to get it back? Or should it actually be on the map?
I like I like to think in my head that there's some scab sitting there with like a fishing pole, like just just fish. His whole
Yeah,
job is Fence just pays him to sit there and pull shit out of a river.
just sitting there next to he's just sitting, like on Woods, how there's that guy in the boat dead,
Yep,
the scav. Yeah,
yep.
it's just that
Or
guy.
down on the beach on a
Yeah,
shoreline, just sitting there watching the sunset, just fishing for like a slick. Like,
yeah, yeah, it's sitting on a lawn chair kind of thing. But no,
why
like
not?
how about this? If you buy the insurance, because it doesn't make sense from a lore aspect if you get killed, right?
Uh-huh.
That they just automatically know where your shit is and they go and find it, right? What if you pay for the higher tier item, it gives you like one of those beacons that you have to go and stack onto
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and you have to put that on your person. So that way it also takes up an item slot, and for you to get that back, you have to um oh
Yeah,
you have to have that on your, that way they can be able to trace it and find it.
that'd be interesting.
See, I'm just coming up
These
with
are
all
all
these different
Yeah, that's
mechanics.
all cool ideas. Like
But yeah,
it would definitely add like a different. It would add like a game mechanic to the idea of insurance.
right, because as it I don't know. I like looking at different things that don't make sense in video games like that. Like for example, why why do they have the mechanic to have multiple different insurances if no one's going to use it? What was the point of them putting that in there? Oh, it comes back faster. Who cares?
Yeah,
Because
a cheaper
you know what I'm saying?
option because like if you're low on cash, like I've
Right,
never
but
done it though.
if you're low on cash, you're running a budget build anyways.
Yep,
No one gives a shit if wow, you're running a Mosin with SNB. No one cares.
I'll
I
take the
mean, if anything,
ammo.
they're just
I'll
gonna,
leave
yeah,
the
if anything,
Mosin.
if that's just it. Like, why do you want the Mosin when you everyone just wants the ammo, which you're not gonna get back anyways.
Mhm.
So there's no fucking point.
Yeah.
I don't know. So,
Uh,
BSG, if you're watching this, take my ideas, but I want royalties for it because it was mine.
totally forgot to mention earlier. Two of the other events are your basic pre-wipe events. Lab is completely free, and
Is
every
that a basic
item
one though? I thought that was only for this. Like that was only new for this one.
they've done it for every wipe for the past three wipes.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
even know that.
And then every item on the trader is unlocked. There's no global like supply.
Right.
Some of the items are still like locked per reset, like you can only get 5 of something or whatever. But everything's down to 1% of the purchase cost. So you can get a P90 for 3 rubles. Like
Okay.
it's nuts. Yeah.
To go back to like, I think it was like episode 3 of our podcast where I talked about wearing the armband. So technically, they just took the armband idea and just made it free for everyone.
So
Do you
yeah, I
remember where we were
remember the
talking about?
conversation, but what
Uh, where if you wore like the labs
Oh,
armband, you would get
yeah.
into labs for free.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
instead of wearing the armband, they just made it fucking free for everyone.
Yep. Free for
I
everybody.
think they should still do the armband thing,
I did like the armband idea for
where it
sure.
gives you like
That was
a different type
yeah,
of buff.
like you can go to like Kiba, like unlock it once a day, or go to lab once a day for free.
Or if you have like just like a Kiba, right? You still have to have the keys, but then you can get access into like, if you like behind the counter, say there's like a safe or something like that that's
Hmm.
biometric only or something like that. Where if you're wearing like the Kiba armband, you can get into
You can get
the
into the
safe.
fingerprint safe because you're
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that, right? Right? Where it just has like a camera inside and it has like a red dot. Like how you
Yeah.
would know is you would just, if it have like a red dot, right? But then it would turn green, and then once it turns green, it means it scans you, and
Yep.
then you can able to open the safe.
We did. We played when they did the free labs. When they put that in, we played labs for like couple hours, and surprisingly, we only died once. Like,
I've only played labs 3 times, and every time that I've played labs, I was killed by a cheater.
we had one of those earlier in the wipe. We were doing the sanitar office quests where you have to have
Mhm.
the blue key card, and
Okay.
we all spawned right in the lobby, right in the atrium, and we ran to the
Right.
left, and there's
I
a
don't know the map.
so on lab, the very front of the lab, there's like an atrium, there's some elevators and stuff, and if you go
Okay.
left, there's like a gym and like a locker room. So
I
we
just
went
know
into the
Green Hall.
locker room. Yeah, that's where we needed to go. That is
Oh,
like that would have been like straight ahead like 200 meters, like just right on
okay.
the other side of the entire
Where the
complex.
Raiders spawn?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we go down in this room and we just close both the doors and we're sitting there trying to figure out what we want to do, like just plan how we're
Right.
going to move around. And one of the guys is like peeking a corner and he sees this guy just like jump off the second floor and try to like headshot him midair as he's falling like on top of him like spider monkey style. And he's like, what the hell? And just like slams the door shut. And we start voiping to the guy. We're like, dude, what the hell? And he's like, wow, you guys have a big group, like all five of you in there? And we're like, what? And he's like, yeah, what are you coming into labs with a 5 stack for? And we're like, what's our names, dude? And he's like, you got TheAlmightyShid, you got Charar, you got, and we're like, okay, you're hacking. We're like, you cheating son of a bitch. And he sits there and he's just quiet for a minute because now he knows that if he kills us, we can report him because we'll see his name. So
Right.
he just like quiet for a second, and he goes, "All right, on my radar, I don't see anything good on the map anyway. I'm just gonna go extract, have fun." And he just like left. We're
Then
like,
that kinda
"What the
ruins it
hell?"
for you, because then you're just like, "Well, shit, there's nothing good on the map, fuck."
Yeah, we're like, "Well, let's just
Oh,
do our
man.
task, kill some raiders, and go extract."
I will say, while playing the cycle, I have made a complete distinction between the cycle and Tarkov, and that is in the cycle, when you come up against players, they are way more nice than like everyone's like, "Oh, you're just doing task? All right, no worries about it. Hey, do you need what do you need for your task? Oh, here I have that. I'll drop it. Here. Take it. Oh,
Yeah,
do you need this for your hideout? Here you go." I'm like, "Dude, what?" In Tarkov, it would be like, "Oh, hey bud. Oh, you need this for your quest? Oh, come get it. I dropped it." And then they just
yep.
shoot you as soon as you fucking walk out of the door. Yeah, it's not like that in the cycle. Everyone's like, "Oh, I saw that you were just killing animals. I didn't want to kill you. I think that would have been unfair." No worries about that. It's like,
That is
respect.
exactly what I experienced when we were playing in beta. Is it kind of
It's
pulls
so
in like a
nice.
different crowd, but I think it
Uh,
had to do with the game launched with VoIP, so everyone was using it. Whereas
right.
like in Tarkov, everyone just got used to the like
The
if it moves,
brutality of it.
shoot it. Like yeah,
Big moves, shoot it.
yeah,
But yeah, but that's just it though. With I feel like everyone that I've come across is said like, yeah, this game is not Tarkov. Like in game, I'll be like, hey, I mean, I'm doing a task. Do you want to help me with this puzzle? Because like in the different levels, they have like loot rooms, and you have to find these batteries
yeah.
that you have to stack and to get. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, I'll go get this one, and like everyone will help each other get to the loot rooms, and then they'll share the loot kind of things. And but like every time that I come across someone in the cycle, they're like, "Oh yeah, man, this game's not like Tarkov, man. People are a lot more friendly." And I'm just like, "Oh, you play Tarkov?" They're like, "Yeah, I'm waiting for the wipe event." So like everyone
Yeah.
plays Tarkov, so they know like the hardcore brutality of it, but they come over to the cycle and they're just like kind of chill.
I
It's
was talking to Jamie about the cycle and like some of the differentiators and stuff, and I feel like that game is way more RPG
yeah,
leaning to where like you actually have to like upgrade your weapons, get the better gear and everything like that. Whereas in Tarkov, like you can you can be competitive with a scav gun. You just have to
yeah,
tailor your gameplay to that. Whereas I
right,
feel like in the cycle, that's that is the game loop is you play to upgrade your stuff to get the better things.
right. Well, so one of the things that's in the cycle is that, and this is to go back on a couple episodes where we had where we talked about like pay to win and stuff like that.
Okay.
Um, again, a lot of the stuff is not. It's you can buy, you can spend money to buy cosmetics and stuff like that, or you can use those to like if you have an upgrade that's pending, right? Say it's taking 2 hours to make a backpack or something like that. You can
Yeah, yeah.
spend you can spend the tokens that you can buy with real money to fast pass and just get it immediately. But they have in the game where you have a generator that you get, I think it's like one every 2 hours, and you can upgrade it so that you can the generator charges faster. You get more tokens per hour, kind of thing. So that way, you're not actually spending real money. You have a way of actually acquiring that
Yeah.
through the game naturally. So I feel like something like that really is kind of cool because I've saved up my tokens for my generator and bought a really cool skin for I think my
Mhm.
what was it, my AR. But they also have like a ninja blade and stuff like that for fairly cheap. It's actually nice. Like I feel like the pricing for everything is kind of, I mean, granted some of the pricing is off, but um for a cool like for example, the ninja blade is like 400
Mhm.
tokens and it's fairly easy to get 400 tokens.
That's a lot. Like that seems like a lot.
It does, but when you can get 20, right? Because
Mhm.
your generator, like you can upgrade your generator, and I think it starts off at like 20 tokens is like the cap, and then you can
Ok
upgrade it to hold more. But every hour you get like a certain amount. But and then you just find stuff on the map to upgrade your stuff. Then you can get stuff fairly easy. So if you're getting 20 tokens, I think it's every 20. It's like 10 tokens a day. Um, I mean, it's like 40 days, and you can get
that's
your
not too
thing.
horrible.
It's not. It's
How,
not. I mean, especially when like there's other ways of getting
y
things. Like you can upgrade the speed of it too, that you get it.
how are you liking it overall? Like
I love it. I've been I like how it's not like I'm not stressing. Like in Tarkov where you go in, you're just like, okay, I have to go onto customs and I have to go all the way over to the other side of the map just to drop off something and then I have to go back to extract, meanwhile not dying. In this, it's like, okay, if I die, that's fine cuz I mean, yeah, I lose my shit, but I can just it's insured so I can just buy it back, right?
it doesn't
So,
give you full purchase though, right?
it gives you so every item has a base value.
Mhm.
So if you go in, you have like a white item. I think it's like uh 1500 K tokens or whatever,
Okay.
K credits for a white item or a white weapon, then it would just give you the $1500 back for the
O
white. And if you have attachments on it, it also will accumulate to those as well. So you can be like,
interesting.
I insure all these items. It's gonna cost me, right? Because it cost you. It cost me 4,000 tokens. I'm gonna get that 4,000 tokens back,
Okay.
unless I spend. They have they have a special. Like I said, they have a special token that you can, if you insure with the special token, then they send someone out to go and find it, and you can get it back. And that's what you'd use for um like epic gear or legendary gear and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
That's
the cool thing is, so you have like a gamma case. Like I say gamma because obviously Tarkov has their case system, their their
the
pouch,
secure
whatever.
container.
Yeah, their secure container. But you can't upgrade it, right? Unless you do like a barter to get like a beta or an alpha or a gamma, or you actually complete all the tasks for a kappa. In the cycle you can upgrade your pockets. I think you can upgrade it to either 10 to 15 slots, but how it's balanced is every item has a weight and your pocket can only hold a certain amount of weight. So it's not
Okay.
like, so if you have 10 spots, right? But you're only allowed to carry 2 items that are 10 pounds each.
Yeah.
So it kind of balances that, which I think would actually be kind of beneficial for Tarkov too.
Well, I mean,
'Cause, I mean, there's no, how do you, like, where are you keeping your fucking case, right? Your gamma container, your secure container on your character in Tarkov.
in your butthole.
Here's the mechanic. So you know how if you go into your skills in Tarkov, and we'll probably move off Tarkov into another topic here shortly, but to cover one more thing about it, uh, if you go into the skills, they have a pickpocketing um skill,
Yes,
but
they
it's
do.
not active yet. What if you have a what's the like the multi tool? If you have a multi tool, you have a chance to pickpocket someone's gamma container, but it takes time, like, right? So you know how when you like unlock a door or something like that, it has like a little thing that
Yeah.
shows that you like it's taking
It would
time
be
to
like
unlock it.
it would be like a Skyrim, like picking
Right.
a lock a mini game.
Well, no, not the mini game, but it just shows like it has like a time limit that you would like it takes to
Yeah.
pick the lock, right? But then you can't move while you're picking that lock. But if you're successful, you get whatever's in the gamma container.
That would
But
piss
it's
so
risky
many people
because
off.
it would, but at the same time, Tarkov was never supposed to be a game that was supposed to be fun. It was supposed to
Nope.
be hard. It was supposed to piss people off.
Supposed to make you feel like you're getting punched in the dick.
Right. And this would definitely make you feel right. Because one, it's you would feel bad because you lost your shit in your gamma container, but you got to think that those people had to go through just to get the shit out of your gamma container, right? They had to bring in an item that they cannot bring in their gamma container, right? So they're already using up one of their slots in their pocket or the backpack or rig. And then they have to go and sit on your fucking body. They only can use it once, right? So if someone has a bunch of good shit in one gamma container, but they're picking a lock where someone only has a fucking, you know,
I
a
don't think it
surf
should have
kit,
a charge to it because it's a multi-tool. Like it's a Leatherman. Like
right? But I mean, you can break it.
no,
Oh, there's a different mechanic that we can add to it, right? What if it
you're
breaks?
doing some serious pickpocketing if you're breaking a Leatherman.
Well, right, but I mean, at the same time, you're not. If you have a
Shoving
low
that thing
skill
into
in it,
Fort
and
Knox.
it's a
Like
skill, right? It's a skill. So if you have low skill, you have a low chance of being successful. So as you're leveling it up, you have a higher chance of.
here you go. Give people lockpick kits, like actual like a
Oh,
lockpick kit for low levels. And then once you get to like level 20 in lockpicking, then you can be skilled enough to use a Leatherman
or
to lockpick.
or the master, or if you master lockpicking, then you're able to use the Leatherman.
You're able to lockpick it by thinking about it, like
Yeah,
ESP.
just you fucking just tap it with a magic wand. Just Harry Potter that shit.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, but I
What
think I think these are the kind of things that they need to be looking into because they need to change some of the mechanics for the game. Because otherwise, people are just gonna bitch about the same thing every wipe. Be like, Remove inertia." Inertia was supposed to be put in there to make it somewhat realistic, and they're like, "Well, it's real. You think it's realistic if someone can jump off a building, break both their legs, and still be able to run?" No, because having a game that's fully realistic is not fun,
no.
right? You have to have some level of realism with some level of fake, right? But inertia is one of those things that makes it feel real at the same time increasing the difficulty because the game was never supposed to be easy.
Inertia was necessary because the game
It was.
without inertia, the game was being played like Call of Duty. And that's not the type of
Right.
game they're trying to make. They were
Right.
trying to make the game to where you need to be slow and deliberate and plan out what you're gonna do and work together as a team. And without inertia, it's just not that.
Yeah. But kind of switch topics here.
How about the
Another thing
weather?
that well, no, I mean it's hot. It was hot. I mean, we already kind of touched on that. But one of the things I've been thinking about this week, because I saw that Steam is doing their summer sale and stuff like that, and a lot of the games on there are like anniversary edition or game of the year edition. What is the point of having a game that's anniversary edition or game of the year edition? Are you getting anything different? Is there
uh,
is it like different graphic? I know there's some game of the year editions like back in the day where it was like game of the year edition, you get the game and all the DLC. But I feel like now you're not even getting the DLC. It's just like it's the game of the year editions for
like
Dragon's
which one are
Dogma.
you talking about?
I don't remember the game,
Because I
but
thought
there
most of them did come with like all the DLC or like bonus stuff that they put out.
no, because some of the games like, you know, for example, Halo Anniversary Edition. All you're getting is an
Oh,
increase in graphics. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it was like a remastered version. It was
Right.
brought up from, well, the original Halo was only 30 FPS, and
Right.
Anniversary ran at 60.
So that's what you're getting is just a
Yeah,
higher
yeah, it's a
but
higher fidelity
I'm talking
game.
about for, like, other games like, Dragon Age, right? That's usually a game that has, like, Game of the Year edition kinda thing. But, like, what are you getting in that game? Because it didn't release a lot of DLC, did it? So you're
Dragon
not
Age? Oh yeah,
I don't think you're getting
Dragon
any
Age
of the
did a
DLC.
lot.
Did it? I don't remember. I
Um,
only played
yeah,
Inquisition and
so Dragon Age Inquisition Game of the Year edition includes the official game and all the add-ons, Jaw of Hacken, the Descent, the Trespasser, and other added features.
I feel like that's just, like, a thing. Right, but why do they have to add, like, "Oh, it's the Game of the Year edition." Okay, cool. The Game of the Year came out before any of that DLC, right? The base game got the Game of the Year, not the
Because
DLC.
yeah, I mean, I guess they're saying like, hey, the base game got Game of the Year. Yes, that's right.
So
But
here you go.
this is they should
I
okay,
feel
I
like
see
it's
what
just
you're
a title
saying.
to
They should name it they should have called it like Dragon
complete
Age
set.
Inquisition the definitive edition, which
Right,
is
but I feel like
everything.
it's
Or
just a
like the
title that they're adding.
director's cut.
Right, they're just adding a title to it to be like, "Oh, it's a new game? Oh, it's the Game of the Year. It's the
Yeah.
Anniversary Edition." You know what I'm saying? Like,
It doesn't
they're
mean
just
any, it's
adding a
marketing.
title. It
They
really
should
is.
just
Like,
throw a sticker on the cover that says DLC included. That's it.
I mean, pretty much at this point, might as well.
I mean, every time I see something that says Game of the Year edition, I don't think that is what I think. Like, oh, DLC included. I'll get that
I just
one.
I just see it as like, oh, it's the Game of the Year edition. Cool. Like, how? Why do I? Why do I need another Game of the Year edition of Skyrim? Right? Because Skyrim literally came out on everything. You can play
Bro,
Skyrim on a smartwatch now.
you need Skyrim. So they had
Skyrim
Skyrim.
Game of the Year edition now on
So
Apple Watch,
so I'm looking at it right now on um
Steam.
no, this is the like
Oh,
Game Pass. So they
oh,
have Skyrim the Special Edition, Skyrim
right.
the Legendary Edition, Skyrim
Oh,
the
fuck.
Anniversary Edition. They
Oh
have
my god.
Skyrim the Gold
Do
Edition. Like
Fuck.
Sky,
You see
you
what I'm
you
saying?
know you
It's
can
just
play Skyrim
ridiculous.
on Alexa, right?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah,
It's just text based.
yeah. It's just voice prompts. Yeah, you could do
Yeah.
it.
Like she just asked you, "What do you want to do now?" I want to shoot the dragon with a bow. You're pretty much just playing Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Alexa, shoot an arrow in my knee.
Yeah. The town's guard throws his axe into your kneecap,
Oh, I just
crippling you,
fall
doing
asleep.
20 damage. You're like, "Okay. Do I can I make any save? Can I block that?"
Fallout
No.
4 Game of the Year edition. Let's see, what
You know what
did
I'm saying?
this have?
Everything has a game of the year edition. How many game I want to know.
This comes
Is
with
it like
all the
every
DLC.
big AAA title has a game of the year edition, even though it probably like wasn't even game of the year? It's just
Mm-hmm.
like,
Probably.
God,
There was
like
a
what?
what was it? There was a there's a Disney movie that I just saw.
Is it a game of the
Oh,
year edition Disney movie?
no, it was Ralph Breaks the Internet. It was Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Okay.
Disney shipped all the physical copies before the like Oscars or Emmys or whatever the hell. And
Okay.
they said like Oscar award winning movie for best like animated film, but they actually lost the nomination, but they had it packaged in there that said that they won because they were so confident that they were gonna win.
The 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 nomination edition.
Yeah.
That's just it. There's our title for the podcast. We're just gonna be like, all right, game of the year, the podcast of the year edition, episode
I,
9.
I'm cool with saying it. I mean, it starts by believing, right?
Right. Yeah, we're just gonna ship it early. Podcast of the year, number one podcast of the year edition.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that.
So,
Oh,
anyways,
Academy Award winner. That's what they said. They
Academy Award
lost
winning. That
to
is a prestigious title.
they
That's
lost to
more.
Zootopia.
They lost to Zootopia.
Yep. Which I mean that was
I mean, it was good. It was definitely better than
way better.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yep, way better.
But to go back, because we were talking about Halo for a second, did you hear about the challenge? Do you know who Moist Critical is? He's a podcast. He's a streamer slash YouTuber.
No, no, I don't. But I just got the
Okay.
uncanny like urge to like just make a very moist sounding voice into the
Oh, don't
mic
do
right
that.
there.
Anyways, but yeah. So usually he just goes by Critical, but his channel's Moist Critical. Um, he issued a challenge for Halo 2,
Mhm.
offering $5,000 for the first person to beat Halo 2 on Lasso without dying. He would
Okay.
literally be the first person to do it. So his terms to win is you have to beat the game deathless with all 14 skulls on. You cannot use Envy Skull. Envy Skull makes it so that if you use your flashlight, you turn
Mhm.
invisible. So it kind of gives it like an easier
Yeah.
mechanic. So he said you cannot use that, right? You can't use it because it makes the game easy. So you have to have all 14 skulls on and not Envy. It has to be streamed and submitted with raw footage. You cannot like go and edit it in any way. It has to be all in one run. You can't just be like, okay, here's my one like level 1. Here's my level 2. It has to be one
Hmm.
full run. You cannot save and quit. I know there's some glitches in the game that you're allowed to use glitches, but some of them require you to save and quit. He's saying that you cannot use the save and quit because it kind of, yeah, you can't do that. Glitches are allowed, no cheats, and it has to be solo only. And he's offering $5,000 for the first person to do it, and you
Has
would
this never
literally
been
be.
done?
It's never been done in 20 years. The game's 20 years old. It's never been done.
H-
It's been done. Like
Why?
so the Halo 2 has been beaten in Lasso dozens of times, but it has never been done deathless.
Hmm.
So he's saying that if you were able to do it, you would make history, and he wants to be able to watch history be made, and he's offering $5,000 to the first person that does it.
Huh.
So like me, I'm like, man, I've already beat the game on Lasso, but definitely not not without dying. But it makes me kind of want to interested in trying this challenge because I know some of the
Yeah.
glitches. I know um gl- glitches. He said are anything that can be used during a speed run, right?
Okay.
That's fine as long as you're not saving and quitting. Um, You're not using cheats like no clip and stuff like that. If you do a glitch that lets you go out of the map, that's fine, but you cannot use like no clip to just bypass all the levels, right? If it
I
has to be an in-game exploit where you're able to jump through like a wall or something like that. Like for example, on Halo 2, Mombasa streets, where you're able to go out of bounds by jumping up and then you
yeah,
go around half the map. You know,
yeah.
you can do that,
That
but you
sounds
cannot
like
use.
cheating to me.
Why? Everyone does it.
Yeah, but
Everyone does that. No one wants to sit in that in on Mombasa. What is it? It's not Mombasa streets. I don't remember the name of that level. It's the second level after Cairo Station, where your Pelican crashes and you have to sit there and go through wave after wave of wave, and then suddenly two hunters come out of the door and you have to kill them, and then you have to go through Sniper Alley. No one wants to do that, so they just jump up, bypass it,
but
go and grab the Rex
but
sword,
isn't
and
that the
then
point? Like,
no,
because
he
no
said
one's
if
done
you're
it.
if you're a- right, if you're able, that's just it. It's in the game, right? So you're
Yeah.
able to use that as a
So you
glitch to
can't
like
use yeah, so you can't put like external cheats or like
right,
engage like in like developer mode cheats, stuff like that.
right, right. So
Interesting.
I thought it was kind of cool. I saw that today and I was like, huh, that's interesting. I
Kind
didn't
of
know I didn't know that it was never been done before. I
yeah.
always knew that lasso has been done like a dozen times. I think
They even have that
Master
as
Chief
like
Collection.
a setup. Yeah, it's like a set default in the Master Chief Collection. Like you can
Yeah,
choose to play the campaigns with
right,
lasso.
right. I know there's like achievement for doing lasso in all of them too. I for when I used to stream, part of what did when I is as I used to play Halo, and uh, I used to try to do all of. I went for try to getting all the achievements in the Master Chief Collection, and I think I managed to get a lot of them, but obviously not all 1,000 of them.
That's a lot.
But I did some of the hardest ones. Like I beat all the games on Legendary solo and stuff like that. And
I
I beat Halo 1 and Halo 2 with all the time attacks. I didn't do 3.
I did I 100%ed 3, and that's the only one.
Yeah, I did that too. But I did that on Halo 3. I didn't do that in the Master Chief Collection. I just did
No, I
that
did
in
it Halo 3 when it came out. Yeah.
right, because you had to do that to get the katanas.
Hayabusa armor.
Oh, it was the Hayabusa with katanas.
Yes, that's
You
yep.
can get the Hayabusa, but if you saw someone with the katana, do you remember back in Halo 3 days where you had to do all the Vidmaster challenges just to get recon?
No.
What? So, yeah, so
I
Bungie
only
gave
remember 100%ing every achievement and all the skulls to get the katana.
okay, well, so the other thing that they did was, um, back in Halo 3, they had the recon helmet. Now it's like you just snap your fingers, and you get recon in almost every Halo. But back in Halo 3, it was a gift that was only given to you from Bungie for some huge achievement in like the community. Like you
Mhm.
made a video on how to do certain jumps or something like that, or you made a really cool art that because I remember they used to do like their weekly thing where they'd be like, all right, these are the cool arts that people made in theater mode and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, because they had like the different filters and whatnot. But yeah, they would give out recon armor if they would use your stuff in the weekly challenge or the weekly update, whatever it was. Um, Bungie's weekly update. So if they
Okay.
used your thing, they would give you, or they had like a video, or you made a video and they would display it and whatnot. They would give you recon armor or the recon helmet. So that was the only way to ever get it. Or if you beat them in like their Bungie versus the community days, which
Mhm.
they did like for like 1 week a year. But then they decided, okay, everyone has the ability to get, and this is I think it was with they did this with Halo 3 ODST is when it came out. They said, okay, we'll give everyone the ability to have recon armor. But you have to complete the VidMaster challenges, and these were some of the hardest fucking achievements that
What
I'm
were they?
so let me look up. Go
Yeah,
talk amongst
yeah,
yourself while I
I
bring
have
that up.
no idea what that would entail, but I could imagine that it would be something nuts.
Oh, they
Oh,
were they were ridiculous. They were full stupid. I
oh,
mean, some of them are
excuse.
easy. Yeah, some of them are easy, but the other ones were kind of uh
Yeah,
were ridiculous. So there was some for Halo 3 and there was some for Halo ODST,
okay,
and then there's also some for Spartan Assault and Halo Spartan Strike, but you didn't need the Halo Spartan Assault or Spartan Strike. You just needed the Halo 3 and the ODST ones to get it.
okay.
Um, so they had Vidmaster Challenge Light Switch, just get rank of lieutenant, right? Which is just
Mhm.
play multiplayer. Um, Vidmaster Challenge Annual after 9/25/2008, complete Halo the final level, 4-player legendary live co-op with Iron, and you have to beat it, and everyone has a ghost. So you can't use the warthog. Yeah, everyone has to have a ghost. So you know that at the very last level where you have to escape the rings exploding
Yeah.
and whatnot, you have to have Iron Skull. So if one person dies, it
Mhm.
resets. It resets the level.
Okay.
So
That's not
4-player co-op, everyone racing towards the end on ghosts on legendary. So that one was fun. Um, Vidmaster Challenge 7-on-7. Enter into a ranked or social playlist with 7 XP on the 7th day of a month.
Wait, okay, so with 7 XP.
Yep.
Okay, wow. So
So
so you
yeah.
have to play till you get to that point and then not play and wait till the 7th day of a month.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. Vidmaster Challenge Brain Pan. Find all the hidden skulls on the Mythic map. So when ODST came out, they had
Mhm.
like I think they came out with 4 new maps. You had to find all the skulls on those
Mhm.
maps. Which you can just do in theater mode. So that's what everyone did.
Yeah.
For ODST, now in ODST they had their firefight mode, which I fucking loved firefight. I thought it was a
Yeah.
great idea. I had a blast playing it, but this achievement made me hate firefight. I never want to play firefight ever again because of this achievement. It's the firefight endure achievement. In firefight on any mission past the 4th set on 4-player heroic live co-op. So you have to have 4 players. It
Okay.
has to be heroic or higher, right? We obviously did on heroic because legendary would have been just dumb. But then you have to beat the 4th set. So there's only 4 there's like 4 sets
Mhm.
of I think it's like 5 waves each.
Okay.
So you have
So
5
20
waves for
waves.
20. You have to beat pretty much beat 20 waves, but as each for each set, you have a skull that's activated. So
Oh,
if a skull is activated, for example, on like set 3,
were
where
they
now
random?
it's like yeah, it's random. So
Oh,
it'd be
jeez.
like the famine skull. So now
Okay.
all
Yeah.
your weapons have half ammo.
Yeah.
Or Black Eye was pretty much always one of them where you had to get your health or your shield
Your
back,
shield back. Yeah.
you had to melee or
Yep.
kill something.
Yeah.
So sometimes you would have like no shield or no health left, and the last thing is a brute, and you have to like melee him just to get your shield back. It was dumb. That achievement alone was the last one I had to get my recon helmet, and I never want to play firefight ever again after that.
Jesus. So,
There's a few more. So they have Vidmaster Challenge Deja Vu. This one is similar to the Halo 3 one, where in ODST you had a like you had 4 players, but everyone was on the back of a mongoose, right? And you get a rocket launcher with unlimited rockets. Sounds easy. It's ridiculous. But there's 4 of you. You have to have Iron Skull on. You have unlimited rockets, and you have to make it all the way to the end. And then you have to survive the end assault for like 5-10 minutes, until you get picked up by the pelican or whatever, while you're just going wave after wave of enemies. That one's ridiculous. And then they have the Vidmaster Challenge Classic. Finish any campaign level on Legendary solo without shooting or throwing a grenade.
What?
Yep.
So the only thing you're allowed to do is melee.
Oh, and there was a
run.
glitch. There was a glitch with that one where if you were if you were in um a what's it called, a ghost or a
Yeah.
vehicle of some sort, you cannot boost because you're pulling the trigger to boost, the grenade button to boost, and you can't honk your horn in a warthog or anything like that because you're pulling the trigger and it counts
You
as
just remap your buttons.
right. But back then there wasn't remapping of buttons, you know.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
So yeah, those challenges were some of the most ridiculous, but I feel like that was probably some of my most memorable gaming moments, was getting that, because completing some of those challenges was just, it it was like Tarkov all in itself, right? The
Yeah.
level of difficulty. So I actually feel like I accomplished something to get my recon helmet. That's why nowadays when people are like, "Oh yeah, the recon helmet, you just get that," I'm like, man, they should have just kept it where you had to earn that shit, because it was ridiculous.
Yeah, back in I don't think I ever did anything like
I
crazy
miss
like that.
Halo. I
But
miss Halo.
I did do I played a lot of Counter-Strike.
What?
So
Counter Strike? How'd you go from that to Counter Strike?
you got me thinking when you said the most like
Gaming
memorable
moment?
experience. Yeah. I
I
was
have a
just
few
thinking
of them,
of
man.
Counter-Strike and like all the lands that we used to have and everything, and playing custom maps, building our own
Yeah.
maps, and just messing around. So much
Well,
fun.
I used to have a challenge. Do you remember the game Valheim?
Yeah.
So in Valheim, when I started playing it, and this was kind of around the time where, in to go back to Tarkov, they were kind of um making the hardcore playlist for Tarkov,
Mhm.
where, what is it? You can't use traders, you can't use any of the starting stuff. If you
Yeah.
die, you lose all your, that kind of stuff. So I was like, you know what? That'd be cool to have a hardcore mode for Valheim. So I created my own challenge for it, and I streamed it for a little while. Where, um, what was it? It was permadeath. So if you died, you had to start
Yeah.
completely over on a brand new seed. You only you If your items broke, you cannot just go and hit the repair item. You only could repair your item by upgrading it, because if you upgraded, it automatically reset
Yeah.
the bar. So the only way to repair an item was to upgrade it.
Okay.
And then after level 3, if it breaks, then you have to start back over and completely just make a brand new one. You can't use portals, because portals in late gamers is bullshit. So it forces you to use your ship and carry all your materials back. You had to sleep once a day, because obviously, if you're a Viking, you're not going to just be staying up 24/7. So you had to sleep once a
When you
day.
said you had to use your ship and you were talking about Valheim, I'm like, are we thinking about different? I thought you meant like a spaceship. I'm like, I thought Valheim
No.
was Viking. It's like I was really
Yeah.
confused for a second. And I was like,
Space
oh,
Vikings.
boat, boat.
Yes,
Got
the
it.
Space Vikings. Um, Star Citizen. No, and then you can't use god powers. So after you kill a boss, you get like their helmet or their head or whatever, and you can go and put it on the rock at the starting area, and then you can use those god powers. I
Hmm.
felt like some of them were bullshit, like the one that gives you health regen, and like increased stamina and shit like that. I felt like
Hmm.
that was bullshit. Like you shouldn't be able to use god powers. So, yeah, that was my challenges, and
They're
it
they're
was
putting
ridiculous.
Valheim out on Game Pass here shortly.
I heard about that. I heard about that.
Yeah,
They're also gonna be releasing. I don't know if they already did or not, but I know they're releasing. Um, what the Mistlands? The Mistlands were already in the game. There was just nothing to do there, right? There was no enemies. If you
I
go there, it's
haven't
just really
played it,
foggy and stuff like
so
that.
I'm not sure.
Oh, well,
I've
yeah.
watched some
Well, now
people
you know.
play it and everything, but I've
I
never
thought about
played it.
getting back into it. I thought about it.
Um, uh, I don't own it, so as soon as it comes out on Game Pass, I'll play it.
Wait for games that are on Game Pass, can you
Mhm.
play those on PC or is that? Oh
PC
yeah,
Game
don't they
Pass
have?
and Xbox Game Pass are two different things, but
Yeah,
yes,
that's right.
if you have Game Pass Ultimate, it's $15 a month. You get Xbox and Game Pass, or
Can you
Xbox and PC Game Pass. Um,
can you
there's a
imagine if
lot.
Steam did
Oh yeah,
something like a Game Pass?
there's a lot of overlap between the console and the PC.
Yeah,
But yeah, some games are exclusive one to the other. Like Destiny 2 was exclusive to console for a while, and then it came to PC Game Pass.
but wasn't Destiny 2 on PC
Yeah, yeah.
for free?
Yes.
So so why the fuck would you even need the Game Pass?
Just a different storefront, different some I don't know, some
You know what I'm saying?
people
It just
because the
one of those
the
things
other
is
thing
bullshit.
was like um being on Game Pass also gives the developer the option to do the cloud gaming, the
Right,
streaming. So like if the only thing you have to game on is like a Chromebook or something like that, I don't
right.
know, something stupid, you could still play Destiny 2 on there. You just hook up a Bluetooth
Yeah.
controller and play.
I haven't been thinking about Destiny for a while now. Like Destiny is one of those games, and I feel like this is kind of the bad thing about MMO type games and RPGs in general, is that if you stop playing, the game still progresses, so it's almost
Mm.
impossible to get back into it because, for example, everyone that's continuing to play it already has all like the good weapons and they already
Mhm.
did all the quests to get the good weapons and stuff like that. So if you were to jump back into it, no one wants to do those quests anymore to get the good weapons.
That is the exact like I had that exact run in with it. I downloaded it again. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. And it wasn't even that. I didn't even get to the point to where I'm like PvPing or out in the world or anything. I
Right.
literally just like logged in and I'm like, what's all this extra stuff on the menu? I'm like, what's this thing you mean? What's that? And like there was just so much shit that they changed, removed, or like reworked that I'm
Right.
like, I don't even know what to do anymore.
Right. That's just good. Like I would love to get back into Destiny, right? Because they have like their witch queen expansion or whatever, and they have like
That you
these
need to
cool
buy.
events. Right, I know you have to buy that,
Yep.
but they have like these cool events and stuff like that that are like progressing the story, right? They have story
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
quests that come out weekly. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's just like at the same time a lot of the weapons that people are using to like complete these things and do the grandmaster challenges, it's like,
Yep.
dude, I don't want to find a group just to go and do those quests to go and get the weapon that would make another quest easier, you know? Like for
Yeah.
example, back in the day when they had an SMG that I can't remember the name of the SMG, but it was just absolutely OP. And to get it, you had to do a quest to get it, like a series of quests just to get this SMG. But once you
Mm-hmm.
got it, it would you would just mow through any challenge, no problem. Like you can go and do a dungeon solo. Like it was just bullshit. I feel like that is
I
a lot
remember
of what it would be
playing
now.
Destiny 1 and
Destiny 1. Oh god.
doing Vault of Glass over and over and
I
over
love
until
Vault of Glass.
it was so much fun until I got my icebreaker. And then that
Mhm.
That's all you needed. The icebreaker. That was the
Yeah, bro.
the gun. That
Speaking
and the
of
pre-nerf.
Galahorn. Oh,
Oh, I never used the Galahorn, to be honest. Like
wow.
I rarely used my power weapon because I had the icebreaker and I had the pre-nerf Vex Mythoclast.
Well, I mean, the pre-nerf. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just it. Once it got nerfed, it was nerfed
Well, I mean, I still had it,
regardless.
but yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I had it pre-nerf though. When
right.
it just
Back in the PV. Yeah.
mowed everything down.
Speaking of, I know we just talked about this, but gaming moments, right? So
Hmm.
like the VidMaster Challenge is like one set of just gaming moments where I was like the pinnacle of gaming for me.
Yeah,
Because it was Halo 3, loved Halo 3. I played Halo 2 competitively, stuff like that. But Destiny 1 was another one of those games where I felt like I was at the peak of my gaming again cuz
I played a
I I j-
lot.
I did too, and I had a blast. I feel like I don't have a game that satisfies me like that anymore, and that's kind of upsetting because I want a game where I can go and sink 30,000 hours into it like I did with Destiny 1. I have a lot of hours in Destiny 1, and it was mostly just doing all the challenges, doing raids back to back, just going and playing PvP, going, there was only so much content in Destiny 1, but I felt like I could just go back and just keep doing it. Like I used to just do the loot cave back when the loot cave before the loot cave got nerfed.
Yep.
Um I would do Crota solo. I would do Vault of Glass. I remember to this day I've never gotten a Fatebringer and I must have run Vault of Glass a billion times. Um I've never gotten it, but it was just like I remember doing the old Nightfall challenges where if you died, you would
Yep.
automatically get sent back to orbit.
Yep.
Brilliant idea. I loved that. I hate the fact that they were like, "Oh, it's too hard," and they nerfed it. I hate when people do that, right? Where you set a challenge for the community to do, right? And you get some of the top tier items in the game, or you get some of the best items,
Yeah.
right? With that challenge. And then because the community bitches and complains, they nerf it. I feel
Hmm.
like if you're a gaming company, if there's any gaming companies out there listening, I know you work in the gaming sphere. Part of what makes a good game is having those challenges, right? You need to have a balance of just easy like gameplay mechanics where it's like, okay, go here, kill this boss, do this quest, go here, drop off this
Hmm.
item, right? But you also need to have these challenges in the game where if it is what separates the good players from the casual players. You need to have those. And I feel like a lot of games nowadays do not have that. Like they're just like, okay, everyone's complaining. We need to dumb it down. We need to make this game easier. We need to have, a fast pass for people that maybe they don't like doing PvP. So we're just gonna give them a way to get it easier, right? And
Best
it
pass.
kind of ruins the whole experience with gaming nowadays because like to go back to Tarkov once again, um I feel like one of the main reasons like people like Tarkov so much is because it has that hardcore aspect to it. Yes, it is hard. That is what the game is supposed to be. It has easy mechanics to it, but it still has the overall mechanic of if you die, you lose everything. You do not get it back unless you insure it, but you feel like you accomplished something if you survive.
Yeah.
And I feel like games nowadays do not have that where you're getting like these little tiny highs here and there for like, okay, yeah, I grinded this out, right? Grinding out and doing a hard challenge, right, is
Yeah.
two separate things. I feel like if you grinding so many hours to get, 200 of this rare item so that you can cash it in so that you can get an epic mount or something like that in World of Warcraft. That is a lot different than if you have to go and you have to beat this, you know, dungeon solo without dying to get this
Yeah,
item. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, they're like,
A lot more games need to have that.
and in WoW, like I used to be a pretty hardcore WoW raider, and
Yeah.
like chasing some of those hardcore achievements, or um like pushing the hard difficult raids, it kind of it kind of takes away from those moments when they go back and they nerf those fights and make them easier,
Right.
for so that I understand why they're doing it, because they want more of the player base to experience the content that they put so much time and effort into creating.
Right.
But like the way that they've combated that is they've added, if when you have those achievements when they nerf the bosses, they turn them into what's called feat of strength. So it
Right.
says the time and date that you got it. It gets a red or a gold border around it, and that achievement is no longer obtainable for anybody else. So you can still like wear it as like a badge of honor that yes, I
Wow.
got it before they nerfed it, before they made it accessible. Like we did the work. Um, so that's the way that they've changed that. But
Okay.
prior to that, yeah, it felt weird. It's like, wow, you're taking that, like you're kind of like making it a lesser thing. But
Right.
talking about Destiny, I pulled up my Xbox profile and I was looking at the
Oh God.
achievements and how much time I
How do
put
you
it.
even bring that up?
So just open up the Xbox app on your PC and then
Okay.
just click on like your nameplate and hit view profile.
The
And
Xbox Game Bar or game?
just there's an Xbox like app
I
you
know, but I
may
have
need
like
to
3 of them.
install. Yeah, it's the one that just says
Okay.
Xbox. It's the one
Okay.
with the actual Xbox logo.
I have all 3 of them do. Um.
It's the Game
Yeah.
Pass app, the one where you can like download the games, do your library and everything. But yeah, if
Okay.
you could
Well,
just click on your name in the top left, hit view profile. But the
there we go.
my rarest achievement that I have for it is complete a raid with a full fire team consisting only of clan members. It says
Wait,
only
where do you see your rarest achievement? By the way, how much gamer score do you have?
I don't know. Hold on.
Should say right under achievements. It should say your gamer score.
It's 15,942.
Man, that's it.
Yep.
Man, I have
I'm a
124,713.
I'm a PC gamer. We didn't
Bro,
have
you
gamer
use a
points.
bro. Wait until I create my app where everything you do in life is gonna have gamer score to it.
But it said that only 4.5% of the player base had the complete a raid with a full clan.
I'm trying to find my Destiny so I can see how much here we go, Destiny. How much time I
Surprise!
have in
I
game.
only have 22 days played on Destiny, which
That's it.
I thought it was more than that.
God, man, I have 90 days.
On Destiny 1? Wow.
Destiny 1, I have 90 days, 14 hours and 57
That's a
minutes.
lot.
That is. That is.
Uh,
Hold on. I want to
yeah,
find
it's
out some of
fun
my
going
hardest
through here
achievements.
sometimes. I wish I there was a point to where I had to like reset um my Xbox Live gamer, like my account.
Yeah.
So they're like I don't have access to the one that has all the time logged for uh Halo 2. Otherwise
Right.
that would be some crazy time. But this one does have my Halo 3 on it, but it doesn't have playtime. It looks like it didn't pull from like Xbox 360.
Man, I remember. So again, to go back to gaming moments, I felt like the Xbox 360 with the achievement system, made gaming into like a totally different beast. Because for
Mhm.
me, I would play a game just to go through and get as many achievements as I could because I wanted to increase my gamer score. I feel like you cannot do that anymore in gaming because the new Xbox, it's not, it's the new Xbox makes it so much harder just to go to your achievement page and look at your
Yeah,
achievements.
it's
Like when
it's
before, you
hard
could
to
just
find
like
it.
hit the middle button
Yep.
and get your achievements.
Here we
And
go. Here's a rare one. Halo
what?
3. It's the achievement was 2 for 1. Says 3.2% of all gamers unlock this. Score a double kill with a single Spartan laser shot in a ranked free for all playlist.
Yeah, man, that's easy. What do you mean? That's the easy thing. Oh, here we go. I found my Halo 3. All right, I have literally I have 79 out of 79 achievements for this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it says pool is the rarest, which is on Citadel, get a
Poll?
shotgun spree during any ranked or social match.
I feel like there's more than that.
So if you sort, you can sort by rare too, but it says pool
How do
is
you
the
sort
most
by
rare.
rare?
At the top of the achievements that you're looking at, there's 2
Oh,
drop
most
downs.
rare.
Yep.
Poll? Really? I mean, save this film, I feel like
1.7%.
is more. I feel like save this film is more rare, where you have
It's
to
pretty
get a
close.
perfection.
That's a 2.05%.
Bro, I feel like where's the other one?
Yeah, this is
Um,
nuts. Like
get a
looking at some of
splatter
this stuff.
spree in ranked match is hard. On Longshore, right? Because
Yep.
in Halo they had like map specific achievements. So they released a they in Halo 1 they used to have the map Sidewinder, and then in Halo
Mhm.
3 they re-released it. But they would always like change it. So Longshore, get uh oh wait, no, that's not Longshore. Longshore is a different map completely. You get 3 kills on a ghost during a ranked or social match.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But you couldn't shoot them. You had to run them over. Yeah.
Let's just take something that's already kind of ridiculous and make it even that much
Mhm.
more ridiculous.
On a legendary map, get 5 Warthog chain kills.
Yeah, so,
That's
I mean,
ridiculous.
some of them are cool. I always have fun looking back at this stuff. But
Mongoose Mowdown. Jesus, man. I miss
what
achievements, man.
what
I can't
about
wait to create my app.
what about the viewers? What's your guys' gamer score?
Yeah,
Do you
if you
even
guys
care
were
about gamer score?
if you guys were into gamer score back then,
Are you
give me
old
some
enough
of
to know
your
what gamer score is?
hey man, there's still gamer score in like a lot of things, but I feel like what I want to know is what is some of like your most like proudest because this episode we're like talking a lot about like our proudest gaming moments or moments in gaming where we're just like yeah that I specifically remember this because of the difficulty of it or just I had a blast with friends playing this that kind of stuff. um but I want to know, do you guys have any achievements or anything of such that you can just go back and be like yeah I did that?
What was your
By the way,
most it doesn't need to be an achievement in a game. Just like
yeah.
what was your gaming achievement?
Yeah, your gaming achievement. It may not, yeah, like you said, it may not even be an actual achievement in the game. It could just be something that you consider an achievement for yourself. By the way, I probably would have never played Minecraft if it wasn't for the achievements because I thought Minecraft at the time was just it was ugly. I thought it was dumb. I thought it would look boring. I thought it was a kid's game, and I was like, well, it probably, because it looks this way, it probably has really easy achievements. So then I went and I played it and I got addicted to it.
Yep.
So
Yep. I mean,
eh,
that
I
just
wouldn't
like
I
meth.
wouldn't have. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Did you just equate Minecraft to meth
Uh-huh.
craft?
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Why did
Meth,
I just get a
meth,
picture of
Methcraft, the Breaking Bad video game.
I was just about to say that. I was like, why did I just get a picture of Steve as like Walter White?
Yep. Just driving a Winnebago through Minecraft.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh well.
And Jesse Pinkman is a pig.
With that being said,
What's up?
I think we've hit the end of this week.
All right. Well, that's gonna be it for tonight's episode. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch for live content. For our audio listeners out there, leave a like and review for our podcast on all the major platforms such as Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, or wherever you enjoy our podcast from. And wherever you consume our media, make sure you guys leave a review, like it and such. Let us know what is your gaming moment and such like that. So, any last words?
We'll see y'all next week.
All right, see you guys. See you next week.
Peace.
ChknAtk episode 8. I almost said 9 again.